Hey, it's Blast Miner Dad.
And Fritz Builder.
And we're the father and son.
Minecraft build team.
So we're on the server Fritz, and I've done a lot of work on the server lately, as you notice, because anybody that's come on the server has realized that they can't do anything, right?
Yes.
So I really should have had the server be a whitelist, but I figured that, since I'm a little slow and I have other jobs, like a full-time real job, I wanted to do things and just kind of let people see, but I've been having a lot of people come on and they can't do anything. So I wanted to give Fritz kind of a tour of what I've worked on, and this way it will give everybody else a tour, and also show Fritz what I need help with. So when you jump in the server, Fritz, you get the hub world, right?
Yeah.
And we've always had this thing where I really hated hub worlds. I always, despised them, but we just have to have it now. I mean, there's just no way, because people are so confused about what to do on the servers. I mean, we just need a hub world. So when you spawn in the world, you're going to get here. And everybody's inventories have been reset. The economy balances have been reset. All this, in other words, to get the Towny server. So we're converting our server to a Towny server. And I've wanted to do this basically for years, Fritz. And really, it solves all these issues for us that we really wanted Towny, because you can make plots in Towny. Like, you make a town. Like, you become a mayor, and you sell plots in your town. And other people can get and buy those plots and become residents in your town, right? Which is exactly what we've been wanting to do in our server. So here,
ages.
Right,
ages.
but this mod or the plugin, it's a lot like factions. So if you've ever played factions, it's very similar. Like, the nations can war between each other and have PvP, which is quite cool. You can have chat channels in between, which is also quite cool. So here I'm on the Towny world, and so you walk through here invisibly, and it says Blastville. So I had made a settlement by hand right here. This is now protected. People can't build on it except me, because I'm the town owner, right? And I'm flying around because I'm in game mode 1, just because you've got admin privileges right now. But nobody that's on this world will have admin. You won't have creative. Everybody's going to be in survival. And your item inventories are going to be moving between these two as well, which is going to be quite cool. So here, when we go back to spawn.
Except I noticed for the creative world, because
it's not doing it for you because you're an admin. So here and because I'm also still working on things. So this is the former creative world, like the original one that you would spawn into. And they're gonna have big labels up here. It's gonna say.
I think when we pasted the windmill, you kind of. Yeah.
Where? No, that's.
That little hole right there.
Oh, did I make a hole?
Yes.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I did make a hole.
When you pasted the
windmill.
windmill.
Yeah, I made a hole. I'll fix the hole. Okay, I'll fix the hole. No big deal. So this is the portal that goes there. It's gonna say adventure maps. So the people that are gonna have access to here are basically only gonna be producing adventure maps, which is what we've been working on. So you come in and you're in adventure right now, right? And you're gonna walk or warp to the adventure maps, like Atlantis or Dogland, right? So you'll be able to see those warps when you get here, going to Dogland or whatnot, right? To be able to play. Okay. So that's gonna say adventure, right? So the only people, like the former builders, the people that were called builders, that have access to that. They still have access to do game mode in there in order to make the adventure maps, okay? So the Towny server, and I've yet to make the spawn hole for it, which I guess we were discussing on earlier.
Yeah.
We might want to make a castle, or I don't know what we want to do for the little hole here to get to the Towny server. Right now I just have a sign to get to the warp. And right now, everyone has access to this to get in here, and if you know the Towny commands, you can make a plot, because Towny is installed, and everybody has access. Even people that just get on the server, they can create a town on the server.
It's the same thing that.
But I don't have any in-game help yet for it. So you would have to read a, watch a YouTube video on Towny in order to figure out how to make a town. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a help system right on the side of the spawn.
I was thinking of having like a video sort of like this linked up to a because if you press a button, you in Minecraft, you I think it's like /say or something. To the thing. I don't know.
Well, we have videos, but I really like a stuff like this to where it actually tells you how to do things. So this was for the old survival, because like the grief protection, that's all gone. It's through the Towny mod. So like if you build and you don't have a town, your stuff isn't protected. All right, but that old plugin is gone now. The grief protection's done. It's not there anymore. But what I would like to do is make something like this, the help, and make it right by the portal that's going to be for Towny over here. Okay? Mm-hmm. And also the shop is going to be somewhere around here to where you can buy the claim blocks and do all that stuff. So
and
usually,
it's no longer by block. It's by a chunk.
It's by chunk. So and there'll be
Which is
I'm
much
gonna
more
figure out how to
useful for me.
So I'm gonna figure out how to do that help over here, and there will be an interactive help over here and ways to buy things. The other two worlds, we have two more worlds, and this is a problem we had in all of our survival worlds because people will play them out. In other words, they mine everything out and it looks junky. So what I did is I made two different worlds. One of them is called the mines. Okay.
That gets reset really often.
Well, and I'm trying to get it set to where whenever I just reboot the server, it just resets the world. So it's like an automatic reset. And you can come in here, anyone can come in this world and go in the mines and do anything they want in here. Gather resources, whatever, and then the inventory that you gather in here will save across the worlds. So you gather
the adventure.
Yeah. So except the adventure, that's the only one. So you gather stuff in here. I mean, you can build in here if you wanted to, but then it'll get reset. And also, I'm gonna have one here for the Nether. I made a world for the Nether. It's exactly the same thing, the same rules. You can come in there, and PvP is allowed. So if you see anybody, you can get them. And so it's again a way to gather resources for the Towny world, and these things just get reset fairly often, basically on a daily basis, so that we don't end up with this problem where everything is used out, right? So when you go to the Towny world, then it doesn't look all messed up.
Yes.
Or you don't run out of things. You don't run out of stuff. So right now, you can come on the server and actually make a town. People have balance, enough money to make one if you knew the commands to make one. And honestly, I don't really know the commands that off me. I mean, I wouldn't go right up to here. I'm going to end up probably having multiple spawns, so that way you don't end up at this one spot. I made the town right here because I was just going to make a town in front, but walk a ways away and make something, because the town has to be next to each other. You have to buy a claim block right next to itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set some warps. Like if people make really big nations or towns or kingdoms, I'll make warps for it and move it way over there, for you to get to. So like right now, I think if Fritz could do, I think Towny.
I want to play, Daddy, please.
There's like
buy claim block.
There's like a buy, because I know there's a town claim. You don't belong to any. You have to make town new. And so town new. What do you want to call your town?
Fritzville.
Fritzville.
We should have called it 1.0.
Well, I think you can delete it, and then you can do like town by claim blocks. I think. No. I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, I'm seriously. I didn't want to do this video of showing you how to do it. But I know you could do like town claim, and you buy. I mean, you just have to like read the thing of how to do it. All right, you just have to read it, and how to like grab. Oh look, we did make one for you. Look, see?
Yeah, I know.
We ran over it, but I don't know where it is now. It's by a chunk. So we made a chunk right here. So we made
one chunk.
Yeah. Right.
How do you expand the towns?
Well, you buy more blocks, so you go to the next one right here.
And then look.
Okay, look. So let's get to yours, okay, and then we'll go to the next one and say town claim, and you got to buy more blocks. So whatever the command is to buy more blocks, we do that command.
Chunks.
Yeah, chunks. But then what I'm going to do as well is back over here in the shop. There'll be shop signs to buy blocks for your town, and to do all those things. There'll be command signs, and most people that have a Towny server, they typically have this huge little wall next to
every
it
command.
of all the commands. Yeah, so that people don't have to memorize the commands. So I'm still working on that. So if you know the commands by hand, you can do it. And again, right now, there's no shops to even get money. There's no way to even get money in the world yet because I don't have
you're
it
admin
created.
and you
Right.
give yourself
So
money.
okay, so here's what I need you to work on, because you were asking me what can I work on. What I need right here is a portal to the Nether, the Gathering Netherworld.
I thought the Nether was going to be on the side.
Oh, it was. This is going to be the Nether. Yeah, that's right. So I want the Nether somewhat next to this one. So I was thinking maybe this little hole here.
I was going to work on the Towny part too.
Okay, well then this one, yeah. So that's the idea of like the Towny one. Maybe we do it either like as a big castle wall gates or some kind of fancy thing.
Fancy dancy.
Fancy dancy. That's right. We're gonna dance, and in there. So I need help with that because I'd have to make all these command block signs and the shops and all that. So the Nether one here, which would be fun because I want it to like spill out like this to make it look like it spills out, and then you walk in there and you get to the Nether. What do you think?
Yeah.
So this sound good? It sounds good idea so far?
Yeah.
So does that give you kind of a picture of what our server's going to be like now,
Yes.
right? So you even have a town, and what I'm going to do, we don't have any nations yet, and eventually I'm going to have to figure out how I want to do that. Like certain people can create a nation. It might be maybe the people that have the builder status, or maybe some other permission group will be able to, like a nation group or something that you can create a nation, and then people
Nation
can...
3R.
Nation 3R. But see, the thing is, the nations are the ones that war between each other. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun, is that, we're not only, you can sell these plots, but that...
Well, I think it could be for the built 3Rs, because, then the defaults can join the nation.
Yeah.
And they could be... Is the nations by, people can buy, towns in the place instead of plots?
I don't think you can buy a whole town. I'm not sure. I don't know. See, I don't know very much about it. I really don't. Like, we've got to do a lot more research on Towny. I mean, it's like factions. It's the same thing like factions. You've seen those faction videos?
Yes, I've seen
And there's a
faction
lot of
videos.
commands. There's a lot of different stuff. And it's basically like factions, except that we're doing it as nations and cities, which I think is much more of what we wanted to do. And we've always wanted to do a Towny server, but it was never updated. It stopped working past 1.6 Minecraft and was not being updated, and they just now are updating it, so I decided let's go for it. Let's make it a Towny server. So that's where we're at, Fritz. Does that sound fun for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what
I can't wait to start making nations.
So you're ready to start making some nations and some... Okay, but here's the thing. You can't cheat either. Like, I am... I can't really de-op you. You're actually the server owner, but when you pull permissions out from Fritz, he'll be like everybody else. So Fritz cannot cheat either, or get money, or give people money, or give people blocks.
Well, like one
all that
permission
stuff.
down to where I am right now, which is headmaster, is no permissions only in the adventure world.
Well, it's the same, but that's like the builder. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You'll have permissions to build mini game maps, just like we've been doing. We've been building adventure maps and mini game maps in the creative server, right? So only the people that need that are people that are going to create adventure maps and mini maps. Everybody else is going to, do everything else. And when you go into these worlds, you won't have permission to TP anywhere, fly, get blocks,
Nothing.
all that cheating stuff. It's all gone. So that way, whatever we build in this Towny server will be gathered from the world. So it is going to be a pure world. Right, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to keep the economy good. So whatever you gather, you can sell and all that. That's the way you can make money and have jobs and all that good stuff. Sell things between players. You can have like shops too, like certain plots. You can tell them, I want that plot to be a spleef or a PvP, or I want that plot to be a shop within your town.
Or you could just own. You don't sell that plot.
Yeah, the same thing. But you can collect taxes from people.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, so it should be lots of fun. So I'm hoping we'll get more people on, and we should get more and more advanced in this Towny thing as we get going. Right.
I've always thought of something sort of like this.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been thinking of it. I thought it would be really cool. Now I actually have it, but I didn't know it would be. I thought like.
Well, it wasn't. This again, like there's so many plugins, and all the plugins you know, there's tricks and they don't all work on this update or that update. Even getting the portals to work was annoying.
pain.
Everything is annoying, and so, but now it's time for you to do some building work, which is what you do best. Let me do the command stuff, and I need this nether, and I need a thing for the Towny entrance. What do you think?
Yep.
Sound good? All right, so I'm gonna let you off to it today, and we'll do another video as we get back and get some more
Work
get
done.
some more progress. What do you think? All right, Fritz, ready? So, bye.
Bye.